discuss from Bhagavad Gita. So every Saturday we have a different topics. Today is, who knows the topic? Huh? Why we suffer, yes. Actually the cause of suffering, question mark. The cause of suffering. Question mark means, it means who is the cause of suffering. If you see in the pamphlet, one side Krishna's photo is there, and the another side one person is suffering, like some trauma is going on. So the point is, generally people say, why we are suffering, why bad things are happening, God is responsible, they say. So why God is making us suffer? Why God is giving us so much trouble? So we are good people, why sufferings are put on us, forced on us in a proper way? Nobody wants suffering, but still it is forced. But who is doing that? Who is the cause? And generally people say God, but it is not. So that is the point. So here, even if you say, for argument's sake, if God is the cause of our suffering, but what is the logic? It is not sounding logical. So he has no purpose, right? What is the use? If God is forcing us, like some suffering on us, what is the use? What he will get? He will not get anything. There is no use, no? Unnecessarily, why suffering, one person suffering, and God is not that kind of cruel person. So he is Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sukhridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantim Rachati. Sukhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is a well-wisher. He is a Sukhrid. Sukhrid means friend. He is a friend of all living entities. So then why he should put force? He should make others suffer. Logically it is not matching. So generally people think, generally people have idea. Prabhupada used to quote, God is a person, he is sitting on a cloud with long beard and he is punishing everyone. So Prabhupada used to quote this many times in the lectures. So God is not that kind of person. Like I'll punish you, not like this. So with God, we have to develop prema, love. So God is not such a cruel person, is forcing suffering on us. It's not like this. So this we have to understand. He is very dear to everyone. So he is best friend of everyone, well-wisher of everyone. So then why you should force suffering on living entities? So for example, if we try to understand this point, someone has a diabetics. So certain things he should not eat. Some restriction is there in the food. So for example, generally they say you should not eat sweet. So but this person, he likes sweet a lot. So as soon as he sees the sweet and he takes it, lot of sweet, and he is suffering. So who is the cause of the suffering? Desire. No, but who is the cause? That person. So he himself is the cause of suffering. So this is a very simple example. Like he took sweet and he is suffering of diseases. So in same way, many things are happening in our life. Like we go on the road, some accident, so everyone is suffering. So even though we drove properly, we followed all the rules, everything, but the opposite person, he came and hit us, and we are suffering. Who is the cause?
Karma.
Who is the cause?
That person.
That person, opposite person, not us. Okay. So this is a karma, you know. So the same thing, we ate sweet and we are suffering from the disease. So in same way, the suffering will not come just by chance. So there is a reason for everything. So even though opposite person, he came and hit us, we are suffering, but we meant to suffer. We did some karmic, we did some action previously, the result is coming now. So even though we did properly, but at this time we have to suffer in this way. Now it is there, previous actions, the reactions is coming now. Like if we studied in the science also, you throw a ball with a force and it comes in a equal and opposite force. So in same way, whatever action we do, we get reaction. It depends what action we do. Like for example, you plant a banana tree and the fruit will come in months. But if you plant a mango tree, it will take years. It may take a decade, correct? I don't know about how much time it takes. It takes very long time. So in same way, in this life or previous life or many lifetimes back, we would have done some action. So the reaction is coming now. So in that way, we are the cause of all suffering. So then we can ask a question like, why only me? So everyone is suffering, but it should be equal, right? Everyone says that God is equal. So then he should distribute everything equal. But someone is suffering more, someone is suffering less, someone is happy, someone is very rich, someone is very poor, he doesn't have money for food next time. So there is no partiality. God is equal, we say. So it depends of what action we did in the past. So like for example, everyone would have seen a cricket match. Everyone knows? Okay. Like for example, cricket test match. Test match, it goes for days. Like for example, it is 5 days match. So 2 days they finish the game, and the third day they are about to start. So third day, before they start the game, there is a score on the scoreboard. So how it came? From the last 2 days, obviously, correct. So in same way, a person is taking birth as a handicapped, or a person is taking birth as a blind. So then what can be the reason?
Killed someone's eyes.
Yeah, definitely the answer is past life. In past life, he would have done some action, the reaction is coming now. So in that way, whatever is happening to us, not only suffering, even happiness. Even if someone is happy, so he did some good deeds in the past life, correct? So that is coming as a reaction in this life. Reaction can be good or bad also. You did good action and you are getting good reaction, and bad action, bad reaction. So this all we discussed already in the previous classes. So we cannot blame someone for our suffering or our happiness. So we are responsible of our suffering or enjoyment, whatever it is. Like for example, a high court judge, he is punishing a criminal, like is hanging punishment is giving. So we cannot blame the high court judge, So he did some criminal activity and he should be punished in that way. So the judge is not at all in the picture. So it depends on what action he did. According to that, he is punished. So in same way, we are getting this punishment, we are getting this suffering because of our previous action. So this is the law of karma, a fruitive activity. So if you work in a certain way, you get that fruit in that way. So this is a very simple point, anyone can understand, but generally people say, why I am suffering, why God is making us suffering. It is because of ignorance. They don't have knowledge why I am suffering. So we don't have to blame God for our suffering. So God is not responsible, we are responsible. So every living entity is suffering in this material world. Not only human being, every living entity. Like a bird, bird eating something. If you just go nearby, immediately get scared. Someone is coming to kill me. Always that fear is there. Always suffering. It's a suffering, right? If you are sitting here, from back someone is coming and hitting you. It's a suffering. You are walking on the road, hitting on the stone, pain. It's suffering. So every living entity is suffering. A bird, animal, beast, human being, fish, mosquito. Every living entity is suffering. Because that is the nature of this material world. The suffering. So now we are discussing about the cause of suffering. So cause of suffering, why we have to suffer first of all? So we are not meant to suffer. Nobody wants to suffer. And nobody is planning, So tomorrow I am going to suffer this much. Nobody is planning. But it is forced. Why? Who is doing that? We are the cause. But we don't want it. How to stop it? These are the questions we should ask. So now whatever we study in our academics, like engineering, doctor, whatever it is, that is all to maintain this body. But these are the inquiries we should make. So from the Shastras we should understand this kind of things. Atato Brahma Jignasa. So inquire about the absolute truth. So that is the purpose of the human form of life. So in this human form of life, we can ask this kind of questions. The animal cannot ask, a bird cannot ask. So we have to ask this kind of questions and understand. So in the Shastras it is mentioned that there are three kinds of suffering in this material world. So one is Adhyatmika Klesha, Adi Bhautika Klesha and Adi Daivika Klesha. Anyone heard about these sufferings? So if you would have read Prabhupada's books, it's mentioned in so many places. So what are these three kleshas? Klesha means suffering. So Adhyatmika. Atma means self, we. So Adhyatmika Klesha means the sufferings are coming because of us, because of our body or because of our mind. So in mind we might be thinking, oh, what will happen, some exam is there, so will I be able to pass or not, what kind of question will come. We discuss, we think about these things. So mind is disturbed. So we are suffering. So this suffering is forced upon us by our mind. This is Adhyatmika. And body, we get fever, cold, like now winter is there, we are feeling cold. So this is all Adhyatmika Klesha. And Adi Bhautika means suffering from other living entities. Like a mosquito is biting us, it's a suffering. And some other living entity like our enemy, he is planning something to drag us down. So these are the sufferings given by other living entities. It can be any living entity. And Adhyatmik, Adi Daivika, the third one is Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika is which is not in our control, which is supernatural power. Like a flood comes, or heavy rainfall, or no rain, heat, cold. So this is all Adi Daivika, so which is not under our control. So like any living entity, He is suffering by 1, 2 or 3. A living entity may suffer by one of these klesha or 2 or all 3 or 2. Anyway, all the living entities are suffering. That is for sure. So who can say I am not suffering? Anyone can say? Nobody can say. Everyone is suffering. So because that is the nature of this material world. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions this point 2 times in a different way. In one place he is saying this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Dukkhalayam. Alayam means place. Dukkha alayam means the place of misery. So you heard about Granthalaya. What is Granthalaya? Library. So there what we will get? Books. So this is Dukkhalaya. What we will get? Only Dukkha. We will not get anything else. If we go to Vastralaya, what we will get? Cloth. So we are in Dukkhalaya. Obviously we will get Dukkha. This is place of suffering. And Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Shashvatam means permanent. Ashashvatam means temporary. So this place is full of misery and it is temporary. And the same thing Krishna mentions in another place, Asukam anityam lokam. Asukam, Sukam means happiness. Asukam means suffering. And Asukam anityam. Nityam means permanent. Anityam means temporary. So Dukkhalayam ashashvatam and Asukam anityam lokam. So because this is a very important point we should understand. So when we are in this material world, this is a place of suffering and we are looking for happiness here. So this is the one of the main reason why people are suffering. So because we lost something somewhere and we are searching it in another place. We won't get it. We are looking for happiness in this material world. We won't get it. Because this is not available here. Because Krishna clearly makes a statement. This is just place of misery. So as a human being, we should try to look for a way how we can come out of this. So now we understood it's a place of suffering. And who is the cause of suffering? We are the cause of suffering. But what is the solution? The solution part we have to understand. So why we are suffering? So why? Because nobody wants it. It is forced. Why we are suffering? The same question is asked by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna asked, O descendant of Rishni, by what one is impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force. So by force, we are impelled. So some things we know we are not supposed to do. We know this is a sinful act. We are not supposed to do. But still something is forcing us, something unwillingly. So what is that? Arjuna asks. So then Krishna replies, Kamesha krodesha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyenam iha vairinam. So here the word is kama. Kama means lust. Lust doesn't mean only sexual desire. Any material desire is considered as lust. Lust means to enjoy. I want to enjoy, like this. So because of this tendency, we are forced. So Krishna says, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material modes of passion and later transforms into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. So because of this we are suffering. Because of this, in the sense, we are suffering because we want to enjoy, which is not available here. This is a place of misery, the place of suffering, and we are looking for happiness. I want to be happy in this material world. So it is not possible. So this is due to ignorance. So if someone knows that what is this place, and what I will get here, what I will not get, and what I am looking for, it is there in somewhere else. So how I can go there, how I can get that. So this is knowledge. This knowledge we get from the Shastra. So from the Shastra we have to understand what is Shashvata, what is permanent, what is eternal. That we have to understand. This material enjoyment, this is like everyone wants to enjoy, everyone wants a better enjoyment. So better enjoyment in the sense, like for example, this material world is known as Durg. Durg is a Hindi word. What is meant by Durg? Fort. So this material world is governed by Durga, the governor of Durg. Durg is also means prison, fort, like this. So, like for example, a person is put in the prison, and there are many categories, like A class, B class, C class. We would have discussed this previously. So, A class prisoner, he gets very good facilities. He gets good food, he gets some internet connection, mobile phone, or AC, or a personal assistant. Whatever he wants, he can get it. Like big politicians, they get this kind of cell. And second class is B class. B class is not very common man and very like moderate. He gets some facilities. C class prisoner is like a common man, like normal prisoner. But now in this material world, everyone is getting some facilities, some enjoyment according to their karma. But they are looking for better enjoyment in this material world. So better enjoyment in the sense, a C class prisoner wants to become a A class prisoner. So A class prisoner means he will get some facility, but he cannot get out of the prison. Correct? So a human being, he should think about how to get out of the prison. That is intelligence. So otherwise, if we think about how to get better facilities in the prison, this is foolish. Anyway, we cannot go out. We are in the prison, we are bound. So in another way, we can say a dog is chained by a golden chain, another dog is chained by a silver chain, and another dog is chained by a iron chain. But it is chained. Even though it is a golden chain, we can be proud of, I am tied with a golden chain. But what is the use? You are bound, you cannot go. So this material happiness, what we are thinking about, better material happiness, this is foolishness. So many may think, I want to make more money, I want to come in a better position, I want to become famous, I want to become a wealthy person, rich person. But this is all, try to become like a A-class prisoner. So there is no use of becoming an A-class prisoner. We are in the prison. So purpose should be to go out of the prison. So for that, what we should do? How to end this suffering completely. So if we get a wound, we put some ointment. So externally it is cured, but in the root it is there. After some time again it will come up. Correct? So we have to find out the root cause of our suffering. Cause of suffering, we may say, if someone is poor, okay, if I get some money, then all my sufferings will go. So if you get some money, some of your problems will go, of course. Now you don't have money for food, but now you get lot of money, you can buy food, you can eat. But this is not the ultimate solution for all our problems. You may get some solutions. So, in same way, now if you put ointment, it's a temporary relief, but this is not a permanent relief. Permanent relief is to get out of this cycle permanently. So everyone is suffering in different way. Someone may have money problem, someone may have mental diseases. So, but everyone has 4 common problems. This is birth, death, old age and disease. Janma, Mrityu, Jara and Vyadhi. So these 4 are the common problems and the ultimate problem everyone has. Nobody can say that I don't have this problem. A rich person may say, I don't have money problem. I have some other problem. But everyone will say that I have these 4 problems. Everyone is going to die, and after dying everyone is going to take birth. Everyone will become old. Everyone will get disease. So these are the 4 ultimate problems. If we find a solution for this problem, that is the intelligence. So otherwise this material sense pleasure what we get, that is not happiness actually. So the word itself says that it's a sense pleasure. Some pleasure we get, but the characteristics of happiness is it should last for long. It should last eternally. That is happiness. Like for example, a person is beaten continuously, and for 5 minutes they stop beating, and he is thinking that this is happiness. Oh, 5 minutes I am not beaten, I am happy. This is not happiness. This is absence of misery, the absence of suffering. Absence of suffering we are considering as happiness in this material world. This is not actually happiness. Happiness is something different. Happiness means I am happy all the time. 24/7 into 364. All the time we are happy. Nobody can say like this. So that is what we want. We want this situation. I want to be happy always, all the time. But that won't happen in this material world. So for that we have to go to our place, spiritual world. Then we can be happy. Then we can stop all our sufferings. So now, what is the cause of suffering? We are trying to mitigate our suffering in this material world. Trying to do some patchwork. Like for example, in the wall some leak is there, you put some patch. After some time again it will leak. It's not a permanent solution. So now we are trying to do patchwork. That's why people are not happy. That's why people are suffering. So we have to be in a place where we are eternally happy. A very common example given by Prabhupada is a fish has to be in water. So you take out the fish from the water, and whatever you give, it won't be satisfied. The satisfaction won't come. You put the fish in the water, happy, just swim around, happy. So now we are spiritual beings. We are supposed to be in the spiritual world. We are spiritual beings experiencing this human body. So some other spiritual being may experience a dog body, but all are spiritual beings. But the speciality of this human body is, in this life we can understand what is the purpose of life, why we are suffering, how to get out of this suffering. So if we don't understand that point, then there is no difference, difference between an animal and human. So we have that adhikar. We have that adhikar to understand this knowledge from the Shastra. So we have to take advantage of this. So otherwise this material happiness, it can come in other species of life also. So like in Mahabharata they said, ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanyam etat pashubir narana. So this ahara, eating, nidra, sleeping, bhaya, defending, and maituna, having intercourse. So these 4 things are common among animal and human beings. Not only animal, all living entities. So ahara, nidra, bhaya, maituna samanyam etat pashubir narana. Pashu means animal, nara means human. Samanyam Pashubir Narana. It is common among animal and human beings. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubi samana. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho. There is a vishesha. There is a special quality for human beings is dharma. Now we have to understand what is the purpose of life. This knowledge is important. So in a human form of life we can understand this. Dharmena hina pashubi samana. So if we don't inquire about these things, we are also equal to Pashu. Pashubi samana, it is said. So we are also like animals, it is said. Dvipada Pashu, two-legged animals. So rarely people are interested. So you put one poster, a movie actor is coming here. So much crowd will come to get autograph and to just see him. But you post a poster like every day we have Bhagavad Gita class here, nobody will come. Because people are not interested. Now people are looking for this temporary happiness, material happiness, which is flickering happiness. Flickering in the sense it just comes for some time and then goes. So immediately I want to achieve some happiness. That is what people are looking for. So material happiness we get immediately, but it goes immediately also. The people are not realizing that. So you eat some sweet. When you eat, you are happy, then after that it is gone. So this is a temporary happiness, stays for some time. But spiritual happiness, it lasts eternally, but you won't get it immediately. Because of that, people are not ready to take that. So initially, it may taste like bitter, but at the end it is sweet. But material happiness, initially it may taste like a sweet, very nice, but the end is poison, it is said. It is not even bitter, it is poison. So because of this material happiness, we engage more and enjoy more, and we are making the knot very tight. So it's very difficult to remove it. So because of that, we are making the suffering even more harder. So there is no way to come out. We are making it more complicated. So we have to understand this knowledge from the Shastra. So Prahlad Maharaj says in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukam Aindriyakam Daitya Deha Yogena Dehinam Sarvatra Labhyate Daivat Yata Dukkam Ayatnataha. So he is saying Sarvatra Labhyate Daivat. So Sukam Aindriyakam. Indriya means senses. So with these senses, whatever enjoyment we are trying to get, Sukam, happiness, Aindriyakam, with these senses, whatever happiness we are trying to get, Deha Yohena Deginam. So whoever got this material body, everyone can get it. There is no bar. So this material happiness, even animals can have, we can also have, anybody can have. Sarvatra Labhyate. Anyone can get it. Everyone can get it. This material happiness. So this is like something cheap. So as a human being, we should have some higher expectations. We should not look for some cheap happiness, which is flickering happiness. It just comes for some time and then immediately it goes. So human beings, we should look for something higher. Param drishtva nivartate. Param means it is above. Material happiness is very flickering happiness. Param drishtva means we should look for some higher taste. With that higher taste, we get the eternal happiness. So in the human form of life, we should aspire for that spiritual happiness. But the problem is spiritual happiness we won't get very easily. We have to do austerity, we have to do tapasya, mind control, sense control. There are so many do's and don'ts. You should do this, don't do this. So there are so many things. But material happiness is not like this. Material happiness, it's like a sensual pleasure. You see something beautiful, immediately you get some happiness. You hear some nice music, immediately you get some happiness. You smell something, you touch something. With these senses, whatever happiness we are getting, is all immediately we can get it, and then it just goes. But spiritual happiness, we have to endeavor more. Tapasya is required. So because of that, people don't want to take this tapasya. People don't want to endeavor. So for that, people are just ignoring. No, this is very difficult. Not interested. So then, if we neglect this and just try to indulge in the material happiness, then we stuck in the, like a chakravyuha. We are stuck there. Once we come in, then we don't know how to go out. We are stuck there. So that is what in Bhagavatam it is said, Parabhavas tavat apodajata yavanna jignasa atma tattvam. Parabhava means defeated. So we came to this material world and we are stuck here. We are defeated. So how to come out of this defeat? Atma tattvam. Yavanna jignasa atma tattvam. Atma tattvam means atma, self, tattvam. Tattva means knowledge. Atma jnana. So atma vidya. So this knowledge we should get from the Shastra. So when we get this knowledge, this opens the gate. So in this human form of life only we can do that. So otherwise in the other forms of life, they don't have that capacity to inquire even. So now we got that capacity to inquire why I am suffering. So we have to get the solution from the Shastra and make use of it. So there is one story is there in this connection. Like one person, he came to the one big hall. You can imagine a big hall, and there are 84 lakhs pillars are there, and there is only one entrance, and the entrance is the exit. There is only one, and the person who got stuck inside the hall is a blind person. Okay, so then a blind person, how he identifies things? By touch. Okay. So now he got stuck inside and he wants to find out where is the exit. How he will find out? By touching. He will touch, there is a pillar, so there is no exit here. Then he will go again pillar, then there is no exit. Again he will go touch pillar, there is no exit. It just goes on like this. 84 lakhs pillars are there. He's just going on one by one like that. So why I am saying particularly 84 lakhs? Because there are 84 lakh species are there. 84 lakh species in the sense, in Padma Purana it is mentioned, Jalaja Navalakshani. So the living entities who live in water, there are Navalakshani, 9 lakhs are there. And Stavara Laksha Vrimshati. 1 lakh plants are there, like plants, trees, whatever. So like this there are many categories. The total is 84 lakh species. So after going through all these 84 lakh species, we get this human form of life. So when we get this human form of life, we have to aware of what we got. This is a very precious gift we got. We should not just misuse it. So now in this story what is happening? He is touching one by one pillar, 84 lakh species. He just came to 84 lakhs and he is about to move to the next. Next is exit. At that time he got some itching sensation. So he started itching and he missed the exit. And again he started the first one. So now what he should do? Again he should go through the all 84 lakh species to come back to the exit point again, because he is a blind person, he doesn't know where is the exit, and he missed the exit and he came to the first pillar. Again he has to go through. So now the same case is with us. 84 lakh species we crossed over, and now we got the human form of life. So when we get this human form of life, we should be serious. Now what we got. So now if we start teaching, then we just lose the opportunity. We should not lose this opportunity. We have to be serious and we have to be conscious. So who I am a soul, I am not this body. And I am experiencing this human life, but I am not a human. I am not this body, I am soul. So by understanding these things, we can come out of this material suffering. We can end this suffering. So otherwise it is not possible. Otherwise, what we are called, we are defeated. Parabhava. Parabhava means defeated. Parabhavastavat abodha jata. Abodha means, bodha means consciousness. Abodha means, it's not conscious, it is jada, material. And we are identifying ourselves as this material body. But we are conscious, we are soul. Parabhavastavat abodha jata. Yavanna jijnasa atma tattvam. This atma tattvam, this is very important. So, struggling hard for getting better position, that is not the solution. In this material world, no, I'll crack this, I'll crack that, I'll become this, I'll become that. No, that is not the solution. So becoming a better prisoner, that is not the solution. No. You end this birth, this cycle completely and come to our eternal original position. So that is the success of human life. Otherwise, better position in the sense, now we got some millions of dollars, money, we put in the bank, and the bank person cheats you, everything gone. So we may hold our great position. At some point, now we have to leave that position. We may have to die. We have to die. Not we may have to. We have to die. We leave that position. Or either what happens, that position may leave us. So that money may, anytime it may go. If you are famous and at some point another person will come, he may become famous and you are no one. So we have to leave the position or the position will leave us. So this is the nature, the situation of this material world. So this is not actually the better position. Actual better position is to realize that we are soul, we are not this body, we are spirit, we are spiritual being, and we are eternal servant of Krishna. We meant to engage in the devotional service of Krishna. So now what we are doing, we are hearing, we are speaking, we did kirtan, and this is all spiritual activity. Now by doing this spiritual activity, we can realize that we are spiritual beings, we are not a material, this lump of matter. So what is there in this body? Just blood, stool, urine, just nothing. So when the soul leaves this body, it is just a dead body, no one cares about this. Till the soul is there in the body, there is a value for this lump. Otherwise, who cares about this body? So it is required to maintain this body. It is not that as soon as you understand that I am not this body, I am soul, I will just neglect, I will not eat, I will not sleep. It is not like this. It is not practical also. We have to maintain this body, but that should not be the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to realize that I am soul, to come out of this cycle. That is the purpose of life. So, because we are in this body and we can maintain this body. So for the maintenance, whatever is required, we can do that. That should not be the goal of life. So this is the important point we should understand. So ultimately everyone is going to leave this body. This is a temporary body. We are going to die. So before that, whatever we accumulate, whatever we get, everything is, it just for temporarily we can, for some time we can enjoy, or but it is not a permanent thing. So Prabhupada narrates one story regarding this. I think previously also we mentioned this. Once there was a scientist. He wanted to cross the river, and obviously he takes the help of a boatman. And the boatman and the scientist, they are traveling in the boat, trying to cross the river. And on the way, the scientist is asking, "Do you know about astrology?" And the boatman is saying, "No, I don't know about, I don't know about all these things." Then the scientist is saying that, okay, 25% of your life is wasted. You don't know about astrology. And then again they were continuing, traveling. Then after some time again he's asking, "Do you know about astronomy, space research and all these things?" Then the boatman is saying, no, I am an illiterate person. How do I know all these things? I don't know all these things. Then the scientist is saying that 50% of your lifetime is wasted. Then after some time again they are going, trying to cross. Then after some time again he put some question. Do you know about what to say? I also do. Do you know about Pythagoras theorem or integration, differentiation? The boatman is saying, no. How do I know all this? I am just a boatman. I know just how to move the boat. That's it. I don't know anything else. And he said, 75% of your life is wasted. So then after some time, again they are going. The clouds are coming. The heavy rain is going to come. And the boatman asked the scientist, do you know swimming? Then the scientist said, no, I don't know swimming. So then 100% of your lifetime is wasted. So this is what one should know. So now during the life, we may learn many things. Like someone might be a expert at some particular subject or whatever it is. So this is all the material knowledge. So this material knowledge can help us for some time, for something. We can buy some food or we can buy whatever we want, but that is all there, that is all required also. But don't keep that as a purpose of life. Don't keep that as a goal of life. That is required to some extent, but the more important should be given to the spiritual knowledge. We have to read Bhagavad Gita regularly, understand what is the purpose of life, who am I, why I am suffering in this material world, how to come out of this material world. So read regularly, take knowledge. Otherwise 100% of our life will be wasted. So that is important. If we don't know swimming, then what is the use of knowing all these things? It's just useless. So now ultimately everyone is going to die one day. When we speak about these things, people may say, why you are speaking inauspicious things. Not like this. It's not inauspicious. It is going to happen. It's a fact. So we have to prepare for that. So that is intelligence. So with intelligence, we have to understand these things from the Shastra. So our request is read regularly Bhagavad Gita, try to understand, and if you have some questions, you can come, ask, discuss, try to know more, and give regularly every day some time for reading Bhagavad Gita. And then you can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chanting, reading, these are all spiritual activities. By doing this, we will realize that we are not this body, we are soul, we are servant of Krishna, we engage in the service of Lord. So in this way we can end all the suffering. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Comments? Okay, if there is no question, so now, sorry?
With the family,
Yeah.
will have a suffering with the family itself. Quite difficulty to come out from that suffering.
Yes. Not only family, everyone has some problem. Like you may have some family problem, someone may have some health problem. Like everyone has some problem. So that nature of this material world is like that. So it's like fire is burning. We jumped into the fire, and we will not say no, it is hot. No, it is fire. Fire, it will not be. It will be hot. So that is the nature of this material world. But many people may have many different kind of problems. Family problem, relationship problem, money problem, or mental problem, or many other problems. But the ultimate solution is there is no material solution for material problems. There is only spiritual solution for material problems. So whether whatever issue it is, whether whatever problem it is, the solution is this. You get knowledge from Shastra. You read, you try to understand, and you engage in spiritual activities. Come to temple regularly. Whatever we do in the temple, everything is spiritual. It's not material activity. You come and take little prasadam in the temple. It's a spiritual activity. We get spiritual credit for that. So by engaging more in spiritual activity, our material suffering also will come down. So, but that is not the purpose of practicing spiritual life. Practicing spiritual life is to end all the suffering and go back, liberation, and go back to spiritual world. That is the purpose. But there is some side benefits also. By practicing spiritual life, the side effects or material problems also will come down, because everyone understands I am not this body. See, if someone is thinking in a family, for example, one person is earning more than the other person. No, I am big, that ego is there. If everyone understands that I am not this body, I am soul, everyone is servant of Krishna, then there is no ego. So then that problem also solves. This is all some side benefits. So then ultimately the solution is spiritual. There is no material solution for that. Then we can try to analyze what is your problem, who is there in your family, who is making trouble. Even if you analyze all these things, that problem is not going to solve. So the solution is spiritual. You take a spiritual in the sense, you just add every day, you make a schedule that this time I read Bhagavad Gita every day, and you try to absorb the message what is given there, and you can come regularly, ask questions, discuss. So in that way it's a solution, the ultimate solution for all the problems. So if there is no question, so now the Damodara month is going on. So now we have Damodar picture there. So every day we offer a ghee lamp to Lord Damodar. So in this month every day we do that. So till 15th, this Damodar month is there. Every day we do that. So today there is a Damodar Ashtakam. We sing that. We offer lamp, then after that we'll have prasadam. Hare Krishna. Srila